What's up, YouTube? Um, I had a extra Ghoul RC 13 turn brushed. It's those rebuildable brush motors. And I put one in my WL Toys. I took the Red Cat 550 out that I used to run on 3S, and I put the 13 turn motor in, and I could run it on 2S. So I had one laying around, so I put it in here. You can see in there, right there. There you go. So yeah, they're 13 turned 540s, and they're rebuildable. They're pretty decent. The first one I did have a problem with the brush. It was loose. I was running it. I smelled something. I checked it. One of the screw. It's actually an Allen head that holds the eyelet for the brush was loose, so that the eyelet was moving around, and so that caused the problem. But this one, I checked it first. I checked everything on here first. I'm running stock timing. I probably advanced the timing on my WL Toys, but this one I won't. This one's going to stay stock timing because this is a lot faster than stock. The stock's 20 turn, which is pretty decent. This is 13 turn. The lower turn is the higher RPM. This has got to be about 35,000 RPM or so on 2S. I'm not positive. I know that the 17 turn motors, if you get a good one, it's around 30, 28 to 30. So this one's 13 turns, so it's got to be more than that. But it turns some serious RPM. Let me set this down and then I'll show you. Yeah, I don't have a battery in right now. I'm just letting it. I'm just using a pack was sitting there on it. It fell off, but anyway. I broke the motor and already. I just did the old school style. I just held the RPMs at a certain level for a few minutes, just so I could break them in. So we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow, I'll get a run video. I was just bored. I had an extra motor. I have a few extra motors, but this one I knew would be perfect for this. These 13 turn 540s in light chassis on 2S, they move. This thing's doing pretty fast. This one came with a 19 tooth pinion. And I think the monster truck version, the granite voltage, has a 16 tooth. And you can go up to 25, but I don't have any 25s, but maybe I will, but I don't think so. With this much RPM, with a 19 tooth pinion, this thing's going to fly. This is a pretty good ESC. This isn't like a normal 2-in-1 ESC where we're like, oh, this thing's a piece of junk. This thing's got jumpers. It runs Li-ion, or however you pronounce it, Li-on. It runs nickel metal. It runs LiPo. There's a spot for a 5-wire servo, or there's another spot for a 3-wire servo. I'm pretty sure it's 40 amp. It might even be 60. I'd have to look at the specs. I keep saying 40 because that's what I'm thinking it is, but it might even be a 60 amp. I'm not positive. But anyway, this is mid-motor. It's a cool design. It's really light. It's really innovative. Yeah, it's full ball bearing. The shocks are decent. They're dampened really well. The backs are a little bit. Yeah, I mean these ones needed some spacers. I think thicker oil in the back is needed, but it runs fine the way it is. I don't know. It just seems fine. So yeah. Tomorrow, we're going to get a run tomorrow. I like the look of this. People think it's like kids or whatever, but it ain't a kid's toy anymore. Look how dusty it is. With this motor, it ain't going to be for kids anymore. And this is on the edge of kids. You know, this depends. Like, this is a little bit torquier and a little bit like loose for kids. I mean, if a kid's heavy on the trigger with this and some loose stuff, he's just gonna be drifting all over the place, smacking into stuff with the 20 turn motor. But that's also on LiPo. Like if I had a kid and I was gonna run this for him or her, I would for sure leave it on either nickel metal or the Lions. Probably nickel metal because it's the safest. You know, you don't have to worry about explosions and things like that. And it's probably also the slowest. You know, the nickel metal is going to run good for the first couple of minutes, and then it's going to slow down and kind of be a little bit slower for the last, you know, the last portion of the battery pack. That's probably best for kids, nickel metals. That's the cool thing about this. You got Lion, nickel metal, or LiPo. This on 2S LiPo with this 13-turn motor, it's pushing some serious RPM. So we'll get a video of this tomorrow, and maybe I'll go down to the park. I'll take it down to the park in the morning and run this. And I'm probably going to run my Brontosaurus because I haven't ran in a while. It's the Pro, the Top Pro edition. They have the what is it, like the EXP maybe or something like that. Then they have the Pro and they have the Top Pro. The Top Pro is, the only difference really is it's got CVDs and a few other things that have been addressed. And I think it's got the 60 amp instead of the 50 amp brushless. It's got the 10 BL60 and the other ones used to have the 10 BL50. So just a few things in the Top Pro. And that's the Brontosaurus, it's the HSP Brontosaurus. So we'll run that tomorrow. We'll run this and that Brontosaurus tomorrow. We'll run the Brontosaurus on 3S and we'll run this on 2S. Brushless versus brushed. No, I'm just playing. They're not even in the same category whatsoever. This is two-wheel drive stadium truck. It kind of looks like a Truggy or whatever like that, but it's a stadium truck. It's got a spot for a wing right here. I could put a wing. Maybe they look more like a Truggy if I had a wing. But Truggies are usually four-wheel drive. Stadium trucks are usually two-wheel drive. They do make four-wheel drive stadium trucks, not very often. It's kind of a debate on what makes it a stadium truck, and pretty much stadium trucks have like the spoiler that kind of is connected, sort of like this one, how it's got that little lip. The spoiler would be connected. Here you go, right here. Like these stadium trucks, they have spoilers like this, and then the Truggy would have a for real wing. You know, like a for real wing. You know, like a wing. Like if this had a wing on here, it's a Truggy. If it has a spoiler, it's a stadium truck. It's a trip. I just kind of look at it as two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drives are pretty much Truggies. Two-wheel drives are pretty much stadium trucks. But this is a stadium truck. I like the paint too. I like this color. I like the graphics. It looks cool. It's real dirty right now, guys. But yeah, this thing's fun. And now it's going to be fast. All right, guys. Peace.